Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Honeydew. And this is a new horror film from Devereux, Milburn. And this film centers upon this young couple, played by Sawyer Spielberg and Malin Barr, who car's messed up. They wind up camping out in the middle of nowhere, and they wander upon this old woman's house. And she's a little old lady played by Barbara Kingsley, and she has a strange son who has this giant wound on his face. He's a large boy and doesn't really communicate and convulses and stuff like that. And, they're waiting for a guy to show up to give them a hand, and things seem to be taking longer than they should. And we have Barr's character being like, hey, is this guy coming? It's like, oh, they'll be here soon. This clock's a little fast. And you just keep delaying it, and then it's just like, hey, how about you stay the night? And you're just sitting there watching Honeydew thinking about, no, I don't think I will. But you know who does stay? Our young couple. And in the long and the short of it, if you think about Honeydew, there's a lot of tropes in this film. A lot of narrative tropes. You have all of these scenes that you've seen a million times in horror movies, and you're just like, get out! Like, get out of there! But, they don't get out of there. They just keep waiting. Seems weird. But they, like Spielberg's character, he seems a lot more like, oh, there's nothing wrong here. And Barr's character's like, there's something wrong here. But, she gives in, she keeps sticking around with her man, and you're just like, get out of here. And then, of course, in the long tradition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Deliverance, plenty of other films, you have creepy backwoods people that are just like, what are we doing here? We don't know them. They seem polite, I guess. And they're definitely creepy, but you keep sticking around. And they have this weird, as the film goes on, you get introduced to more characters, and you start to get that like Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel with like the whole family dynamic and like this creepy family. And this film, I have to say, for Milburn, from a directing standpoint, the pacing is off. I feel like this narrative is stretched out way too much. This is an hour and 47-minute film and feels like it could easily drop 20 minutes and still hit the same level of atmosphere and eeriness and creepiness and hit the main points, but I feel like it's over long, and some of the scenes are overly written, just dragged out too long. So where it might feel a little tropey in terms of the story and might be feeling a little bit over long. And to be honest, did I really care about these characters? Not so much. I never really felt connected to them. I never really bought into them. But the performances from the whole cast, they're committed and they work. And this couple, they're a believable couple. They're a believable idiot couple. And Kingsley, though, is this old lady. She definitely is doing a good job being like this sweet, innocent little old lady who's watching these little cartoons and whistling like Christmas songs and stuff like that. And you're just like, if I didn't think this was a horror movie, maybe this is a cute little old lady. But here's the thing. We're in a horror movie. Something's up here. And we're sitting there watching this film, and you're just like, something bad's gonna happen. And, something bad happens. But what Milburn's able to do from a directing standpoint and from cinematography standpoint, Dan Kennedy, who's a cinematographer, along with Milburn, create this just like grainy and creepy and eerie old-time kind of look to this film. It looks like you could be watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that was a low-budget, just grainy, creepy film, and this captures that energy. There's great tension building and great atmosphere with the cinematography, with the graininess of the presentation. You have the music that really works well in this film from composer John Merman. And everything comes together to create a creepy and unnerving atmosphere. And where this film might not deliver entirely on a narrative perspective or like us really caring about these characters, I was unnerved. There's scenes in this film, just like having an old lady feed people, feels so unnerving and creepy. It works in that way, and it accomplishes what it goes out to do, which is to scare and unnerve its audience. And you gotta give film credit when it accomplishes its main objective. And I do give this film credit, which is why I do think Honeydew is worth checking out. I got to watch it on virtual cinemas in the virtual theater for the Philadelphia Film Society. I'm sure it's out there on different ones, but check it out there. If you want a creepy time, go check out Honeydew. But those are my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.